Hello all you fans, sexy people in internet land. It's Brian with Manabeast doing a update on my Texas regional experience that happened just a few weeks ago. What I faced, what happened, and then just really a bit of the meta in general. We did already do a video with the Wednesday live meta breakdown, which I kind of talked a little bit about it, but I wanted to go in a little more detail about my personal experience. So went up there with Tom, fellow Manabeaster, and up, down. Yeah, Texas is below me. I know good at geography. Anyway, it's below us, and we drove down there. Fairly uneventful drive, besides the fact that his air conditioning gave out. So, like the whole time, we're just windows down, blaring with sweat in the sucky Texas traffic. And we get there on Friday night. We go scope the place out. I will say I was a little disappointed. First and foremost, I was a little disappointed when we get there Friday night, and there's already, like 30, 40 people there just hanging out. The tournament isn't going on. And Tom actually asks for a box of product, asks for a box of the new Vengeance, and they have none at all. None. And they said any product they have is reserved for the tournament tomorrow. Now I get it. I get it that it's all reserved and that they don't want to give away product that's already promised to someone else. My biggest issue with that is if you know you're hosting a regional tournament in which 150 plus people are going to be there, might be a good idea to have enough product for a few people to buy it. Now I found out later on that the store actually only had registrants. I think 45 people pre-registered up until Tuesday of that week. So they didn't really know if it was going to pop off and be big, and of course it ended up being that way. End of the week, everybody registered, and hey, from the Air Capital Clash, I know how that is. Just you can't help it. You just hope that people come. But even with 45 people registered, you think about it and you go, well, out of the 45 people, is someone going to buy a box of the new product? Probably. And even through a 2-day period, if you have 45, 50, 60, and of course you're going to have walk-ins, you're going to assume you're going to have 60 to 70 people, you might want to have a couple cases on board. I'm just saying, you just take those people, cut them in by half, and figure you're going to sell maybe 30 to 40 boxes of product. So a couple cases would be nice. Small gripe, because the store itself was beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, really well taken care of, well lit, had super awesome setups of all these pop figures, had table space for days, really cool comic section, a kids section. It was a super, like a Best Buy of kind of comic book geek stores. Friday night we got in, hung out a bit, and talked to Tim Cable. He came from KC, Manhattan, and had a little conversation, hung out with people, and then we decided we were going to peace out and hang out at BC Valdez's. And we went on over there, hung out, and let me tell you, and it's just something I can't wait to do again. We hung out with him and some friends, and just all night long, theory crafted, played games, and that one night of experience completely changed me up. I was playing the deck in a certain way, and I started playing against the new Android 13s, the Broly's they had, and even some of the other decks, and as much as I knew, I also was blown away by what I didn't and what I needed to change in my deck. So the experience helped me greatly. I ended up running Red with his Turtles. I last minute was going to go ahead and run Blue Ginyu, but this is the first regional of the year, and I was like, you know what? I love this deck. I've had fun. I've done decently well. It is not a top tier deck. It is not an A to S plus tier deck, but it's still fun. So I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to run it. I was a little kind of downtrodden because it wasn't performing as well as I had hoped in testing. But again, I knew it's a new set, it's testing, it's not always going to be perfect. So let me fast forward to staying up way later than I should have, until I think 2 or 3 in the morning, and listening to Tom snoring, which him and I both have that issue. Woke up that morning, we got up and we headed down to the store, got everything set up, signed up for sheets. Let me get right into the tournament. So first round, I sit down, go against a guy playing Namekian Gohan, new Gohan, of course. And I actually thought that was interesting. There was a couple other people, and Tim at one point, and he still is working on a Namekian Gohan, and I had seen it, test decently, and I kind of knew what the deck did. but his was wow. Like I didn't expect it. First turn, he starts, he goes in, he throws down 2 allies. He's already got a Yajirobe and I think it's a Krillin. So already throws down 2 allies. I draw my 3 cards, and it's at this point that I know I have to go in on him. I know he's going to level up to level 2, but I can't just keep sitting here because it's Namekian and I'm Turtle. I gotta put some aggressive pressure on him. So, you know, of course, you know, he already gets his ally, you know, automatically, and then when you're in combat gets another one. So he has 4 allies on the field and at level 2 on my first turn. And of course, what do you know? Chi-Chi's on the field. First turn, I do end up throwing a red Combined Blast without any of the anger lowering effects for 6 damage because I'm hoping to crit away one of his allies, and at that point he didn't have a guard, so I was able to crit away the Chi-Chi, which helped. But his deck was really neat because he ran a lot of like the Namekian Kick that draws off the top of your discard pile, Namekian Confidence Shot, which, you know, draws from the bottom of your deck. So he ran a lot of the hit draw, and it wasn't so much like I've seen a lot of the Gohan decks. They really utilize kind of the energy basis where it's all +2 life cards. So it's instead of 5, 7, instead of 3, 5. It's less that and more of just, hey, I'm adding 2 life cards to everything I do to you. So this physical, which may not hurt that much, is going to still do +2 life cards. So it's, you know, AT stages and 2 life cards. It's this and 2 life cards. And then he would draw a card, and he would get card advantage because I'm not blocking the attack and I don't have the block for it. So it just steadily went until like mid-game I started gaining ground. Had I not been as hit as hard as I was up front, and had he not gotten to level 2 so quickly, like if he didn't have those 2 allies out originally, then I think it would have been a much better game for me. The 2 allies for him, and then when he went into combat against me, you know, being able to search for the third one was really tough. It was really tough against me. So I ended up making a small comeback. I think he maybe had 15 life cards left, and it was just too late though. I didn't have enough steam to go. I didn't have enough life cards, and he won that one out on me. So good to him. Cool deck idea, and I thought the on-hit stuff was nice. Moving on, I'm gonna kind of go more to key matchups here. Went up, of course, Android 13 was everywhere, and Android 13 was the bane of my existence because keeping that guy off of level 3 is nigh impossible in the decks, in both black and red. It's just nigh impossible. I didn't see any tag team actually, but I saw red and black all throughout the day, and went up against a black, it was a devious, it was a black perceptive 13. And let me tell you, if I've ever had a game in which the player drew the nuts, had the right cards at all the right times, and all the right, I mean, he decimated me, absolutely decimated me. I mean, he would use his mastery, and you know, the whole deal is, I run attack cards, mostly, so the only thing you're gonna gain most of the time is gonna be stages. You're really not gonna gain anger a lot. Both times he needed anger. He needed 1 anger to advance a level. I'd mill something that wasn't a combat card. Great, you get an anger, cool, and you get up to 3. It was not my game to win. Absolutely pummeled me down, got to 3, and it just was over. I couldn't hit him for physicals. He had black defensive burst when he needed to. He had knee catchment. I mean, just, nope, I can't do it. I mean, the game was his. There is no beating that kind of good draw. He was a good player, and I would have been interested to see, you know, how it advanced, but just, you can't beat that. Went up against a match against Saiyan Broly, and let me tell you, OG Saiyan Broly without any kind of tech or allies, I have no problem with it all, man. Absolutely no problem with. We go back and forth a little bit, and I go into combat on him, and I mean, I just do the Dougie turn. He's got probably 50 cards in deck at that time. I throw down an attack. I had a double strike. I do it once, and then I leave it out there. Then I do something else. He passes, has nothing else to do. I double strike him again. That hits the that hits the discard pile. I throw out a red premonition, pull it back out. I pull out a red inferno so I can attach it to the MP. I hit him with another red double strike. I then attach red inferno to my MP because he passes again. I mean, at this point he's just on infinite pass. I draw a red heel kick. I play red heel kick. I lower my anger by 2. I get out a red shattering leap. Put it in my hand. I hit him for the last double strike. I shatter and leap. I throw a like, I mean, it was just like, and I know if it was to pay me back for the really crappy game I had against the Black 13, but I definitely won that one. I mean, he was at that end of that combat. I think he had 11 cards in life deck. I mean, it was just utter decimation, utter decimation. He couldn't do anything about it, and he just was like, okay, you win, you know. Went up against somebody I'd gone up against before, and their Black Devious 13 was a good back and forth. We got to the point where it was like 4 to 5ish cards in both decks. Last combat, I go in and I throw down red Tandem Blast. Lower my anger 2, you can't play non-style. Last combat of the game, he has in his hands Sinister Choke, Endor 20's Domination, Enhanced Reflexes, one more card. A 4th card in his hand. He has in his hand Black Defensive Burst. Yup. And I didn't have a guard for it. So I hit him, you know, did my little thing. He still had life cards left. He says, Black Defensive Burst. And even if I could have thrown physicals, it wouldn't matter because he actually killed me with that card. I mean, it was a super great game. I played him before, back, I think at ARG. Super nice guy, like really just, it was a really good game. It was anybody's game. And it was one of those cases in which I had the nut card and he had the other good nut card. And it was just a good back and forth. I never felt it was uneven at any point, and it could have been anybody's game. Really enjoyed playing that game, that guy. After that, I think it was like 4-2 or something, or 3-2 or 4-2, something like that. And then I went against this guy who's a really cool player, although he had his girlfriend there with him, and she was like commenting the whole time, like, oh yeah, you know, had her hand in the chair, like, oh, I think this and that. And look, I don't mind if they're supporting, but like, can I have a game like by myself? But I didn't want to be rude. I didn't, you know, say anything, so I just was like, whatever, you just stand there. He ran a Broly deck, but he ran allies. What do you know? He ran Turtles, he ran Nappa, he actually ran Vegeta, which I wasn't sure about, but he still ran allies. And his Nappa just screwed my day up, man. Red Relaxation couldn't pop off. And at that point I was kind of just like, whatever, you know, I'm not making top cut. It's been a fun time, I've had a good time, had good games, you know, but it's just not my day. So actually that game, I just ended up saying, hey, I'm gonna scoop, you got it. And I dropped out, went into a win-a-box afterwards, which I did super well. I actually had to face Tom, and he was running a red 13 at the time. And yeah, got all the way to the top, got to top 2, and went against a Black Android 13. And I like in my mind, I was really trying to fight it, but I mean, wow. Turtles is not built to go against that deck, and it's a really hard matchup because the allies take stage damage. His level 3 just says lose stages or mill, and it's really bad. So anyway, lost that top match, but it's okay. That's okay. All in all, man, it was a great experience. Got a shot to John Milner, which I've been talking about him a lot lately, I know, but completely respect the guy, his theory on the game. We had a good conversation, and like the biggest part was just meeting people there. You know, I met there's actually a kind of a younger guy. I don't call him a kid. He was probably 12. You know, he was let's say a young man. Let's be respectful here. And I'm getting stuff ready. I'm signing my deck list, and this young guy comes up and is like, hey, are you the dude from Manabeast? I'm like, yeah. He shakes my hand. He's like, oh man, I really love your videos, dude. I love what you're doing. And I'm like, hey, thanks, man. You know, I appreciate that. And this made me feel good. And I remember seeing him a couple times. He was running Black Krillin, non-promo Black Krillin, by the way. And I remember talking to a few kind of guys my age, maybe 30s to 40s. And I remember talking to them and going outside. And as I go outside, I figure out that they're related. I don't know if they were fathers or you know, cousins or somehow related to not only the kid I knew, but there were like 4 to 5 other kids. Sorry, young men, I'll say, younger players that aren't what you're normally going to see, you know, in the like 10 to 12 age range, who are there in the tournament. And there's like 4 to 5 of them, and they're all like, oh yeah, we watch Manabeast, it's cool. And so shout outs to my 1-1 crew. We called ourselves the 1-1 crew, because at that point, we've all had 1 win, 1 loss. So 1-1 crew, you rock. All future DBZ players, you know, you guys who were 10 to 12 rocking it out, shout outs to you as well. I was really impressed, man. And the 2 gentlemen I was talking to were saying, oh yeah, this is the new generation, man. You know, we're going to be pimping it out. They're going to be, you know, going up and just continue to play the game, and we're showing them how it's done. So I thought, I had a lot of respect for that. So there's a dog randomly barking, by the way. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it was just a good time overall. I really enjoyed going to it. It was fun. My next regional, I'll probably take a little more seriously, bring a little more serious deck, but all in all, learned a lot, had a great time, had some good pho. They had a pho place right across the way. Good food at Whataburger, did some Pokemon Go hunting, and just, hung out with people and talked. That was really the best part. BC Valdez's stream was legit. Talking with people like Chippy, and just like, again, we're like over at Valdez's house having drinks and just talking about meta and discussions about decks and what's going on and what do we think is coming up, and just the whole idea of it was really cool. So definitely recommend, if you can get to a regional, you should definitely do it. Had a great time. So anyway, that's my report on it. Of course, as always, rate, comment, and subscribe, and let us know about your regional experiences in the past few weeks. Of course, New York was very different from ours. We had, of course, the top was Tim Bateau with his blue tag team Gohan. And second was Ryan with his Black DBZ Cooler. Something I'll go into a little bit more. But yeah, let us know your experiences. So anyway, we'll see y'all later. Bye.